do you ensure that everyone in your own network of companies and your partners respect the same rules, the same values, are aligned to the same mission?
As an Indian, sustainability is a core of Indian civilization. We believe, we worship nature. We have compassion for animals. We have social responsibilities. All that are so inbuilt in our own culture that we live with that. And those are the values which when we have and we transform in the company, they are the pillars and the foundations for our organization to take it on. So based on that, and we also look at that there should be dignity of labor, and those who are working for the organization should feel proud to be associated for the organization and the values, as well as for the business they work for. So those are the principles we adopt, and that's the reason for us to go.
So Dinesh, I'm going to be a bit cheeky because Sir John allows me to be cheeky now. So what if I'm not Indian? They say that it's ingrained in the Indian culture.
I just thought to tell the philosophy or the values which has come to me as an Indian. I live in India. And in life, you have to pick up the best of what you learn. So if Mr. Jonathan has said something of green power and green energy, I'm surely going to look at that business to be a serious business for me. I must say that I follow him. Ruchi believes in green power. All our offices, we are converting green offices, and almost 60% of the power we consume is green power. So we are engaged in renewable energy, and we are ready to adopt anything which makes a sustainable business and a sustainable environment and sustainable for all of the persons who are associated with us.
So even in the countries that you invest in Africa, in Asia, in all the other parts of the Ruchi group. Yeah. So you don't reply, Ankesh, on that continuum, where do you put Ruchi? The daddy didn't know where you put, so you tell him.
Thank you. I actually put Ruchi at the start of the curve, at the beginning of the curve, because I feel that every day there's so much more awareness that's being generated, and like my father said, we're trying to constantly reinvent ourselves and see, because coming 50, 60-year-old organization, there are certain thought processes that create that organization then, and I suppose as you constantly evolve and you understand more about yourself and the company, then, and the environment and the sustainability, then you try and put those processes in place.
Good. He didn't put it very high. You're okay with that, right, Dinesh? The beginning of the curve?
I think it's good for him to start at the beginning.
But I'm pushing you a little bit. You look so comfortable.
Okay. I'm fascinated in the different time frames that we're talking about here. And I think that that's very indicative of what sustainability is. Sustainability means lots of different things to different people, as you undoubtedly all understand. And it is about sustainable profits, as Ralph said in his commentary. If you can't make profit, you're not going to be a sustainable company. There is nothing more unsustainable than a bankrupt company. So it's a way of looking at it. As Catherine said, 330 years on, ups and downs all the way through, changes in the structure of the company and so on. There's nothing that tells you that if you're sustainable, you stay in the same place forever. There's a lot of change all the time, all the time. It's not static, it's hugely dynamic. And then I think it's so interesting to hear about some of the land use stories that you're talking about on palm oil in particular, and soybeans and so on. This is, maybe if there was one tiny change I'd make to Catherine's slide, I know this is a bit cheeky.
It's fine. She didn't mind. She's sitting there next to you.
You had a very interesting slide that says wealth equals financial capital plus social capital. Now, I'd love to have a little amendment to your slide, which would start with wealth equals natural capital Because without natural capital, I can assure you, none of us would be making any kind of money at all in our lives. Natural capital plus social capital plus financial capital. And without the natural capital, and as you've just said, securing the natural capital, so food security over time, that's really what sustainable capitalism looks like.
Going forward to my organization, I would say that they must follow the basic value system, and for the next generation, I would say that they should believe in the values. They must love the businesses which have been developed, and that will grow the organization. And going forward, I think we have to be responsible to our environment, and we have to create a sustainable business. So I believe that free economy is very important for making business successful.